Hello, everybody. This is Sam with the Bluegrass Council of the Blind. Thank you guys for joining us for another AT seminar. Today, we're going to be talking all about wearables and just kind of introducing wearable assistive technology, what that is. I've got a wide variety of examples here. Pretty fortunate to have some of the biggest, most impressive things on the market right now available to us here at the Bluegrass Council of the Blind. So, incidentally, if you'd like to learn more or if you'd like to reach out to us, you can do that through our website, bcbky.org. You can give us a phone call, 859-259-1834, or send us an email, info@bcbky.org. We've got some people in the AT room here today. We've got some joining from Zoom, so thank you guys. So yeah, so this is really just going to be kind of a casual conversation, mainly talking about wearable assistive technology and what that means. Whenever we say wearables, it's a kind of a category of assistive technology, and it just is that. It's just something that you can wear, some type of assistive technology that you can wear. A lot of these benefit those of us with low vision, but some of these items would be equally good for someone with no vision. So a lot of people will think of wearables as something you wear on your head or your face, glasses, and we do have a lot of examples of that here today. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It's like I said, it's just anything that you wear that is some type of assistive technology. And we also oftentimes think of assistive technology as being high tech, but it doesn't have to be. It can be low tech as well. And we have an example of that as also. So I'm just going to kind of go through these. Some of these are working. Most of these are working. Some of them I didn't bother to charge up just because we wouldn't really have enough time to kind of try out every single thing here. If anybody does want to try these things out in the future, you can just give us a call and we can arrange that. But I did charge up most of these things. I want to start with the low tech though, and probably the low tech item here would be these. And I have everything kind of laid out to be all fancy, but maybe I'll make a little space here in the middle for the camera to see what I'm got here. So these are called Ramble tags. And what they are is for an audio description, it kind of reminds me of a blood pressure cuff. It's very similar to a blood pressure cuff. It's kind of made of that same material, that nylon material. It has Velcro to hold it closed. On the inside, it has a non-slip material, very similar. It reminds me a lot of what you would maybe put in your cabinets to keep your dishes from sliding around. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what this is. But it also has a handle on it. And what this is you wear it on your upper arm, and it is so that a blind person can hold on to you and you could provide sighted guide for the blind person. So traditionally, if someone is guiding someone around by using human guide or sighted guide, the blind person will hold on underneath around the bicep on the inside of the arm. Maybe they'll hold the elbow, maybe they'll hold the shoulder. And in some situations, if you have a family member or a friend, that's perfectly fine, but it can be kind of an intimate gesture, an intimate move. So if you were in like an airport or at a train station, you maybe wouldn't want to grab onto some stranger like that. So the person providing the guidance could be wearing this in their upper arm, and then the blind person just holds on to the handle and gets led around. The other benefit of this is that it provides a lot more stability. So if you were walking and somebody tripped, the blind person tripped, if they're holding on to the arm, they may pull that person down with them. But the holding on to the handle here, it's a much more stable grip, I guess. stable position, and they can actually lean on it and get more stability that way.
What is that called again?
It's called a ramble tag, made from someone in Europe. Some company in Europe makes these. There's different sizes. These two are different sizes, and this one is just a slightly different design. This one's called a Metro. It has just a little bit more low profile of a handle. Some people will also use these for exercise, for running. You know, usually when a blind person goes running, they will be tethered to another person, and it's kind of a both people have a wrist strap or an arm strap, and then there's this tether, there's this line connecting them. It's usually a couple feet long, but this is another way you could do it. You could just hold on to them as they're running. So yeah, so that is kind of a low-tech wearable. Now, most of these are used for low vision. So we're going to talk about those here in a minute, but this guy here is not. This is called the Sunu band, and this is a wrist band that you wear. It's very similar to connection to like a watch, a wristwatch, and it has a sonar here, emitter, I guess, and this sends out a sonar pulse, and so this is for identifying objects in front of you. As you're walking and your arm is down by your side, this sonar emitter is pointing straight out in front of you. And if you're about to run into something, the watch band here, the Sunu band, will start to vibrate, letting you know there's something in front of you. Another benefit of this is it can identify open doors and things like that, because as you're wearing it, if you kind of twist your arm back and forth, it sweeps the sonar beam side to side, and if it vibrates, stops vibrating, vibrates, stops vibrating, you know that there's an opening in front of you here and you've got a safe passageway through. And it's interesting. It works. It kind of works. I mean, it kind of works. It works okay. It takes a little bit of practice. Unfortunately, Sunu is not around anymore, so this company kind of folded. But you can still get the Sunu band, and it still works. It still works fine, even though the company's not around anymore. There are better options nowadays. We even have a smart cane that can do basically the same thing built into the cane. So, you know, still though, this was a pretty popular device for a while there. Okay, another cool thing that I did a group meeting about, AT group seminar about a while ago. This is the VisiAid. This is a pair of very thin glasses, plastic glasses, and has a controller, and we can turn on the glasses, and it just acts as a light for us. In fact, if I lower the lights here, you can see that it acts as a light source, and I can make it dimmer or brighten it up. And this is, you know, if you needed hands-free illumination, task lighting while you're working in the kitchen or going through your pantry or your linen closet, and you just need a little extra light without needing to hold on to a light or a flashlight, this is a good option. And it has a little battery pack that can just clip onto your belt. You can take around with you. You can also just plug this up if you're sitting at a desk, and it'll be continuous power.
Does it magnify also?
Nope. In fact, there's no lenses in there. It's just the frames. It's just for lighting, illumination. One nice thing though is that it's directional. So there's no light coming back at my eyes. It's all going forwards.
What company does that?
It's a British company.
What do they call
Less, Less. They're actually a car well, they make products for cars. They make products for scientific. This LED technology is proprietary. It's actually not even LEDs. It's a nano optic fiber that is in the glasses, and it's their own proprietary technology. and they use it in lots of different applications.
Mhm.
And they decided to do this to make for low vision.
Can we try one?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's wait till
Okay,
the end and then we
okay.
can
All right.
definitely do that.
And what does that run probably?
It's
Ballpark figure.
it's rather expensive for what it is. I think that's over $1,000 for that.
Okay.
Last I checked, which was several months ago. Okay. So now some of these things here in front are all different types of low vision aids for the most part. These are all basically, they have a camera on the front and then they have screens on the inside, and you can use them to zoom in, kind of like electronic binoculars. They all basically do that. This guy doesn't, but this one does, all three of these do.
Of these, which is the least expensive, would you say?
Out of the video magnifying
Like
things,
you were saying that it could zoom in and zoom out.
probably the one of these big guys, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the eSight, very popular. This guy is, I think right now, $6,000.
Jeez.
When this first launched, 12 years ago, it was $15,000.
There's nothing that I want to see that is worth $6,000.
Well,
You know?
Oh,
yeah, it's a personal thing. The eSight, I don't even know what this is. A company sent this to me years ago, and I've never done anything with it. I've never even tried it out. So, but it does kind of the same thing. These big guys are actually my favorites because these work the best for the most people. I've had more people have success with these than anything else. These are all types of VR headsets, and they're using cell phones. So like I can pop out this cell phone here, and what it does is we're using the camera of the cell phone to magnify, if I can get it in here.
You're putting a cell phone on a wearable?
Yep. These are traditionally used for like VR gaming and things like that. But these companies have taken this technology and turned them into low vision aids. So it's essentially like a video magnifier, like a desktop video magnifier that you just wear on your face. And they work really, really well. Because these are high quality phones. This is a Samsung Galaxy S9. I mean, it's a really high quality phone. It's got a great camera, strong camera. It's got a great screen. And so the image quality is really good. Some of the benefits is it boosts the contrast. It makes things more contrasting, which a lot of us with low vision, we lose the contrast. It also makes the colors really saturated. The colors really pop more than they do for us in real life. And then you can zoom in. So I could zoom in and I could see your face. I could zoom in enough to see your eye color if I wanted to, or I could zoom in enough to read. These are actually, two of these are my own personal devices, and I've taken them to concerts. I've taken them to sporting events. I've taken them to plays. I play board games with them, cards. I sit down around a table with my family and I'll wear them just so I can kind of see what their faces look like and things.
So, but you wouldn't walk around with them?
I absolutely do. I go shopping with these.
Really?
Yeah, because my philosophy is I don't care what anybody out there thinks about me. I'm seeing what I want to see. I watched my granddaughter. I watched my daughter graduate at Rupp Arena, and I was up in the
you
stands.
could see it.
Yeah, I could see her walk down there and walk up and get her diploma. And I took it off and I could see like 3 or 4 people looking over at me. And I kind of just look and hi. And I'm sure they thought, why is this guy playing a video game? You know, but it was more important for me to
see her.
see that moment.
It's interesting because I guess if you're younger, you would think of video game, but I think of Darth Vader, you know, with these.
Yeah. I've taken this to New York to the Natural History Museum. I took it to I looked at Starry Night with
yeah.
these, yeah. And I could zoom in, and the benefit also is that these also have OCR, text to speech.
Hmm.
So Starry Night, for example, I could zoom in and I could see the painting, but I could also click a button and it took a picture of the placard and read the information out to me.
Wow.
Yeah. You can also, some of these you can save photos. So like I have on one of these, I have photos of my New York trip. It's actually this one. This one's BCBs. I have photos of being on the boat going to, was it Long Island? And seeing the Statue of Liberty. I got photos of the Statue of Liberty and all that. So anyway, these are fantastic. These work really well for me, and I've had people cry trying these on. Yeah, yeah, because there's you get great results with these.
What are the brands of those two?
This guy is the Patriot Viewpoint, and it's from a company called Patriot, based in Florida, Ocala, Florida. This one is called Iris Vision,
Oh,
and it's they're based in California, I believe.
and Iris is better than Patriot?
No, not necessarily. They both are the exact same hardware. It's the same headset, the same kind of phone. They just do things slightly different. Right now, the Patriot is my favorite. Yeah. And this is also an Iris. It's just an older version of the Iris Vision.
So again, about how much would that be?
I think this is between $2,000 and $3,000.
Yeah.
So, so those are all for video magnification. And these are all charged up. If you guys want to try these today, we can do that. It's no problem.
Mhm.
I did not charge up eSight because it's not my favorite and I don't want to deal with it. All right. Over here, though, we have non-visual devices. These are on the left here, we have the Orcam. This is the Orcam My Eye. And this is for main function is OCR, optical character recognition, text to speech.
Hmm.
So this can take a picture of any printed material like signs or books and read it out loud to you. And it works really, really well.
How much print can they get in at a time?
It's got a pretty good field of view. So the further you hold it back, the more it can see.
Okay.
So it can easily do like a full newspaper, you know, or if you're out like going shopping and you know the signs in up high in on the aisles that tell you what's on the aisles of the grocery store line, it can easily see all of that, and you point at it and it takes a picture and then just starts reading it out to you.
And what's that called again?
Orcam. So it's ORCAM.
Okay.
And then this one is called the Envision glasses. And these essentially do the same thing. Reading out text isn't the only things that these do, but that's their primary function. But these can also identify color, they can identify objects. The Envision glasses can, you know, if you say, where's my coffee cup, it'll tell you how to it'll lead you in the direction of your coffee cup. They can identify people. The Envision glasses have a new AI functionality called Ally, and it's basically AI that you can talk to and ask questions and get information from. So, and these are probably closer to $4,000, depending on what extra features you get with them. And these are both charged up if you guys want to try those. Now, the last ones here. One thing I also want to mention is I've got my smartwatch here. 1:21 p.m. This is just an Apple Watch. I also have Samsung, which is an Android smartwatch, and it does exactly the same. There's really very little difference between Apple smartwatch and Android smartwatch, but these are great. You know, I can't read a watch, and I can get a talking watch, but this one is a smart one that will tell me the time and all that, but I can also make phone calls with this. I can ask What's the weather? I don't know why they're both talking. But you know, I can interact with it like that. It's like having a phone on my wrist. So you get the benefit of the talking watch, but you get all the other stuff. And because I've got the voice turned on, everything I need to do, I can do just by listening to it. So this would be considered a wearable assistive technology as well. And then I guess I should. Didn't even realize my lights weren't. You're sitting here in the dark this whole time. The Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses. This is kind of the latest cool thing on the block as far as assistive technology goes. This is also the cheapest at just $299 and also is covered by some insurances. But this is connected to my phone and I can talk to it and it has the AI component. So it can answer any questions that I have. There's a camera built into it so it can see what I'm looking at and it can answer questions about that.
Can it read?
It can read anything you want. It can, and the great thing is that it starts by summarizing the information and then you can ask follow-up questions. So if you got a bill in the mail, you can say, what is this? And it says, you know, it looks like it's a bill from Kentucky Utilities. It's due on the 5th and looks like you owe $15. Which is not,
We wish.
no, I know it's not accurate at all. But then I can ask specific questions. Well, what's the itemized information, you know, and then it would go down and read all that. Menus, for example, too, I could say, you know, what kind of chicken options do they have? And it will skip all the other stuff that I don't care about and just read me the chicken information.
Can you wear those to walk around?
Yeah, because they're just, mine just have clear lenses.
The lenses don't magnify anything.
No, you can get prescription lenses put into these. You can also get tinted, like sunglasses lenses if you want.
Okay.
I just have the clear ones just so I can use it in indoors.
But if you're walking around, what can it do?
So it does not alert you dynamically. And what that means is, you know, a lot of people say, can it tell me if a car pulls out in front of me? No, it won't do that. It only answers your questions. So you can say, is there a car in front of me? And it will tell you then. But, you know, you can't say, hey, let me know when bus 314 pulls up. It's not going to do that. Not yet.
But you could walk around in an airport and, you know, like if you can see people, you'd be okay. And then you would stop in front of that big board that's up, you know, that has the flights.
Yep.
And then you could tell it, ask it.
Yes. In fact, I use mine all the time when I travel. And it's that very thing. I use it to find my gates. You know, I'll say, what gate is that? And that's B13. Okay, I'm looking for B22. I'm going to keep on going. And then if I'm waiting at my gate, I could look up at the board right above the desk and get, you know,
Right.
When's the plane landing or taking off? And it will tell you that information. Yeah.
And verify that you're at the right gate,
Yep.
the right flight.
Yeah. Because you can look at your ticket and say, what gate am I supposed to be at? B15. What gate is that? B15. All right, we're good.
Right.
So yeah, it does all that. Now, it also has the dynamic letting you know of things changing in real time. It will do that at some point. It just doesn't do it now. But it does have something called Live AI, which is pretty cool. It's a new feature that just got launched recently. I think in April, where I can turn on the video camera and then just have a conversation with it. And I'll demonstrate it here. Hey, Meta, turn on Live AI. What's on the table here in front of me? What color is this? What's this over here? What's that on the wall over there? Television, all right. All right. Turn off Live AI.
So it can adjust distances on its own. From
Yeah.
Near the car.
Yeah.
That's great.
And you can also ask it. So like if someone were totally blind and they went into a room and they said, you know, is there an empty chair in here? And it'll say, yes, there's an empty chair. It gives you like the bare minimum
Mhm.
of information. Now you can change that in the settings. Recently they added more details where it'll give you more information, but then you could say, the person could say, okay, is the chair on my left or right? It's on your right. How far away is the chair? It looks like the chair is about 10 feet away from you.
Mhm.
So it can help guide you.
Mhm.
I use it also in airports. I use it for the restroom.
Mhm.
I'll kind of stand back across the hallway and I'll be like, is the men's room on the left or the right? Say the men's room is on the left. Because I can tell those are bathrooms, but I don't know which one I'm supposed to go into.
Right.
Yeah, so this is, like I said, this is the latest cool thing. And
Well, here, let's show everybody that it comes also in beige.
yep, it's available in multiple
So you do
colors.
that.
And those are clear lenses.
Yeah. Multiple colors, and in different sizes. It looks like you have a smaller size than mine. I've got a big head. And you can also get different lens sizes.
Well, this came with this. And they gave me them,
Okay, yeah.
but I didn't want tinted.
Yeah.
But I asked for it to be beige frame clear, but it came with tint. So I had to go back and then they put in the clear,
Oh,
but they gave me the lenses.
yeah. And my first came with really dark sunglasses. And I found that I wasn't using the glasses inside as much as I wanted to.
Mhm.
So I just bought like $10 lenses on Amazon and they just pop right in and out. You just push from the inside, pops right out.
Yeah.
So they're easy to swap out. Yeah. So that is kind of an introduction into wearables. Kimberly, you still on the call?
I'm on
Yeah,
here too.
I'm still here.
Oh, hey, do you guys have any
Not
questions?
sure yet.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
Yeah, sitting.
Well, just so you guys know,
Gonna set it up for you.
we have these available in the office. Most of this, a lot of this stuff is mine, but I can always bring it in. And if you want to try things out, we can do that.
Can we
I
borrow
will-
any?
Can you what?
Can you borrow any of it for like a week? No.
Maybe. We might be able to work something out.
Okay.
Okay, well, that is, do you guys have any questions? I'll probably stop the recording and then you can try things if you want.
No, I don't have any
Okay.
other questions.
I still try to sew
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, I have lights everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but is there something that could magnify what I'm seeing down there? I mean, I have glasses that are prescription glasses, but they really don't do much.
Yeah. So potentially, it really comes down to your individual use case. I, like I said, I love these VR headsets. I have changed out thermostats with these, a couple thermostats in my home. I built a computer. My son and I built a computer and I used these to zoom in and see down in there to see the
Yeah.
tiny little detail. I know a lot of people that do use something like this for sewing. The only issue is that it's a single camera. And so with only having one camera, it gets split into two images, one for each eye. We call it stereoscopic view.
Same image, but in two or half of the image in one.
No, exact same image for both eyes.
Ooh,
So
is that hard to get used to?
no, your eyes it's just like binoculars, how
Okay.
binoculars you have the same,
Yeah.
you know, and so it just looks normal to you on the inside. But because it's just a single camera, you don't have very good depth perception. That's where our two eyes come into play, is why we have depth perception, is because our two eyes, can see depth. One camera cannot though. So it does take a little bit of getting used to, especially if you were trying to thread that needle. It may, you might struggle with it a little bit. Practice, it does get easier.
Close one eye.
You could try that, yeah, possibly. Yeah, but it does help for seeing small detail, and the camera also brightens up the image really well. That's
Okay,
another
That
benefit.
would be,
Quick little story. Like I said, I took one of these to the Natural History Museum in New York, and we went into one room. I was there with my wife and my daughter and my son, and we went into one room, and it was so dark in this room. It was, I could tell it was a big room, and there were exhibits all along the outside edge. I could hear people in there, but I couldn't see anything. Like I could see the exhibits were kind of lit up a little bit, but I couldn't even see my wife standing next to me.
Mhm.
And I'm like, ooh, well, hold on, come here. I had to hold on to her. And then I put this on though, and instantly it was like somebody hit the light switch in the room.
Wow.
It brightened everything up. I could see all the room, I could see all the people, I could see the exit on the other side. I was like, oh, okay, there we go. So
That's
Wow.
excellent.
yeah, it enhances our vision really, really well.
mhm.
So, the only thing though is, like I said, with, it blocks everything out. So it blocks out all of your peripheral.
Mhm.
So if you were sewing, you might need every now and then pick this up and kind of do what you need to and then bring it back down and then maybe put it up like you do a pair of sunglasses.
Okay, I have peripheral vision, but I don't think I have much central vision left.
I
So
don't,
is that gonna, but that's not gonna be a problem with that?
no, that's one of the benefits of this. So we're all in the same situation.
Yes.
We all have the same.
Yeah,
The benefit of this is, and that's why some of these, like this guy, doesn't work for me, is because the screen is right in the center of my vision here. And all of this is open. Like I can see you guys still, I can see all of this around me. And so for us that use peripheral, it's hard for me to not pay attention to all of this and focus on this tiny little screen in front of me. So that is why these work really well, is because they automatically have a pretty large field of view. But because it's enclosed like this, it's pitch black. I can't see anything. So it kind of works like blinders on a horse. It forces you to pay attention to the screens in front of you. And for some reason, it works really well.
okay.
Yeah, so for most people, I'm not gonna say it's 100%
Yeah.
for everybody, but for most people it does.
I do have another question.
Sure.
Which out of all of this, if any, would you or do you use to watch television?
I don't use any of this stuff for watching television. Some of these, like one of these VR, the Iris Vision VR headset, this guy has a TV watching mode, specifically for watching television. And also I should mention that these also have a box that you can connect to your television, and it will send the TV signal right into the headset. So you see it in the headset and you can zoom in and zoom out. Bobby, we just did I think it was last month, we did the AT seminar was a similar device that did that. But just as they are, I don't use them for that because I have to zoom in so much to see it that you're only looking at a very small section of the television. And so you have to kind of move around to see
With
the whole
those
TV
on.
with those on.
I
Yeah.
see.
Some people do. I have lots of friends that use these and they love watching television with them. It just does not work for me personally. Yeah. But streaming sending this TV signal into the headset is much better because it feels like you're sitting at a movie theater because you got this giant screen in front of you and you can bring it closer to you and you can kind of move around and look around the screen. It's really kind of trippy.
So is that like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or what?
It sends it through Wi-Fi. Yes. Yeah. There's a box that plugs up to either your cable box or your Roku or your Fire Stick or whatever you're using. And that sends this, it plugs up in between the TV and the cable box.
Right.
And so the signal comes through, the box sends it out to the headset, and then the signal continues on and shows up on the TV. So you could be sitting on the couch watching the movie in your headset while everybody else is sitting on the couch watching the movie on the television.
Right.
And it's the same thing and it plays at the same time and the sound and all that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't even ask the cost.
Well, these are some of the more affordable. These are, I think, 2,500, 3,000, somewhere around there.
But then the box too.
The box is probably an extra cost for, a couple $100.
Okay, I have on loan for you right now from you all, which is just the most wonderful thing that I've found so far, is that CCTV or if you were gonna get one, which would that be more beneficial though?
It depends.
That won't read to you things, so will it or will it?
Yes, these will all read things to you. Most of these have OCR, so that'll read out loud to you. And then you can zoom in and read them. These also have color filters like your CCTV does. So if you want to invert white text on a black background, you can do that through these. It just depends on how well it's going to work for you specifically. Once again, I don't use them for reading just because I don't have the patience for it personally. I more use these for viewing things at a distance or seeing the detail of things.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you could.
What do you prefer for reading?
If I'm visually going to read something, I will put it onto a CCTV with a big screen.
Mhm.
If I don't have that, then I will use Meta, or I'll use an app on my phone to scan it and have it read out to me.
Mhm.
I'm to the point, my eyes are bad enough to where it's a struggle for me to try and read stuff. I can still do it.
Yep.
But it's so much easier for me.
Yeah.
I'm more adapted to just sit back and listen to it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Meta will do that.
Yes. Yep. Meta will read whatever you want it to read to you. Yeah. And it does it pretty well.
If you enjoyed this kind of content and would like to see more, definitely check out our YouTube channel. You can find a link for that down below. And if you'd like to reach out to us, you can do that through our website, bcbky.org. You can send us an email, info@bcbky.org, or give us a phone call, 859-259-1834.